Welcome to this new series of short videos where I will share some encouraging scriptures and biblical concepts, and I hope that you will meditate on them and make them your own. I think that life is hard, at least at times it is. If you do not agree, you can skip this series. For the rest of us, how do we get through life in one piece? How can we keep our inner peace? How can we have the best life possible given our circumstances? This series is not designed for so-called strong people, but primarily for those of us who at times feel weak, desperate, or even hopeless. It can seem that other people are doing just great, and at times probably so are you and I. But how can we find encouragement, something stable to cling onto when our lives or emotions or circumstances throw a tantrum? Maybe you are fighting with physical or mental, social or emotional challenges. We all need encouragement, and who better to turn to than to our Creator? What we sometimes call negative feelings are not bad per se. Normally they tell us something, but we do have to find a way to deal with them. It's a human thing. Even Jesus had lots of feelings. He understands our intense emotions. The first Bible study I ever did in 1989 was on the feelings of Jesus. He found a way to handle them and still have a balance and a spiritual mind. How did he do it? Have you ever reflected on that and studied it out? Having a perfect balance all the time, that is not a realistic expectation. But we do want to aim at being our best and even improving over time the things that we can grow in, and learning to accept the things that we cannot change. At times we fall. When kids do that, they get up again. Sometimes they need a hug or some encouragement. We are all still like kids in some ways, and with God, our Father in heaven, we can be children again, crying out to Daddy, and He can give us a hug and encouragement. This series is about finding the encouragement from the Bible, finding the verses, the passages, the thoughts, the promises, etc., and also finding out how to absorb them, how to internalize them, cling onto them, and make them your own. The next few episodes will be about the concept of overcoming, but also about God's promises and the rest and self-care that the Bible is talking about. Overcoming might not sound that appealing until you read about it in the Bible. It's an encouraging concept that often is tied to the promises of God. So that is what the next many episodes will be about. And no, you don't have to walk around wearing a sign like the guy on the left. It's mainly a process on the inside, in your mind and heart, and in your relationship with God. People who get to heaven are described as overcomers, and my prayer is that you and I, and many more, will cling on to God and His promises and get to heaven. On that glorious day, it will have been worth it all. Like Revelation 21:4 says, God Himself will wipe away every tear from our eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain. Amen. See you next episode.